This is my Garmin HR smartwatch, and I use it for running. It's had a bit of a checkered life, this one. I think I was given it in about 2020 or maybe 2019, and the first one I had it for a while and the glass started to come off just down the bottom here, and so I got in touch with Garmin and they said we'll send it back and we'll repair it, which they did. About a year or so later, certainly 2021, the strap broke, and when I got in touch with Garmin then they said, well, we don't, if you send it back to us we will sell you a refurbished one at a reduced price. So I did that. In 2023 the strap broke again, and when I contacted them they said, well, we can sell you, first of all the guy offered to sell me a refurbished one. Then when he had a bit of a thought about it, he said, well, I can send you the two pieces that are the strap and then some screws and tools to put it together, and we can do that. So I did that, and it's lasted up until now, which is July of 2024. And I'll just show you here on the end. You see it's got an unusual way of the strap going. It's a particularly proprietary measure just for Garmin. It's not like a traditional watch, and the case has cracked just where the strap goes in there. So unfortunately it sort of reached the end of its life, and I was forced to buy, or wasn't forced, but I decided I would buy a new Garmin, and I had a voucher to be able to buy a new one. But I've kept this one for the moment because it may come in handy. So some of the features of this one are, it's got a 2-button operation. One here is basically a light, and the other is the stop and start function. Down the bottom you might be able to see some icons that show you how many steps you've taken, also how many minutes of exercise you've done, and how many floors or sets of stairs you've climbed. Now if you flick through like this, you can see that there's a figure there that says, no, I've taken no steps today. That's because I'm using a new watch. In total I've done 301 minutes of vigorous exercise out of an expected 150 for the week. At this point when I was last used this one, it was 301 minutes, and the last exercise I did was 15.2 kilometers. Now and it tells you just at the bottom there, and you might be able to you probably can't see the figure, but it says 30.2 kilometers in total. Now when I tap on the 15.2, it gives me all the days of exercise, and you can maybe see the dates there. But so if I tap on the most recent one, which would be Wednesday, then I can get the details, which say that I did 15.21 kilometers of running in 1 hour 40 at a pace of 6:38. Tells me how many calories, my average and maximum heart rate, my cadence, my ascent and my descent. Then if you press the button here, it takes you back one step, and you can then find out about your lap times. And you tap on lap and give it a moment to do the calculations, and you can see each lap, and you can see that maybe you can't see it terribly well, but the first lap was 6 minutes and 5 seconds, 6 minutes and 3, 6 minutes 13, and so forth. And then if you tap on any one of those, it gives you a more detailed breakdown of that particular lap. Going back again and then back once more, there's another option which shows you time in zone. It shows you how much time you spent in each of the 5 heart rate zones, and you can see that I spent 1 hour and 4 minutes. Maybe you can't see that, but you can see the orange bar that represents 1 hour and 4 minutes of the total 1 hour and 40 minutes of running. Again, taking you back to the time here. Now if you press on the button, the right hand button, you get a choice here of watch faces, clocks, navigation, battery, history and settings and so on. And in settings you can go in and you can see your records, for example, for running, and it'll show me my fastest K, which is 4:45, which occurred on the 10th of the 3rd 2023, fastest mile, which is on the same date, fastest 5K on the same date, the fastest 10K, which was in 2023, fastest half marathon, which was in 2023 also, and the longest run that I've recorded. It's a very simple, easy to use watch, and I like it because of those reasons. Up here in the, you maybe not be able to see it terribly well. You can see the figures for the time there, and just above that is the day and the date, Saturday the 6th of July. It shows the Bluetooth symbol, and it shows you the battery life. There are only 2 buttons. It's an HR Vivo, and if you look at the back there, I think the HR stands for heart rate, and the heart rate and pulse is monitored through this sensor here. Here, where my finger is now, you just see those 3 dots there is where the, or is it 4 dots? No, yes, there are 4 dots, sorry. 4 dots is where the charger connects to the case, and if you look on the side of the case here, maybe you can't see it terribly well, with just above my finger there's a little notch that the charger sits into, clicks into it, because it's not magnetic. And I think what happened is when I tried to take the charger out of that, take the watch out of the charger, I may have pushed too heavily on that, and that's why the strap broke. So that's the Garmin HR Vivo. Now I should say this is not a commercial for Garmin HR Vivo. They haven't paid me to say this. I'm not sponsored by them. They didn't give me this for free, and I'm not trying to influence you to buy one. I have now a new watch, which is a Garmin Vivo 5, and that's this one here. You can see it has a digital face, which you can call up by tapping on the screen, and then you can flick up with your finger here and see how many steps I've done today, which was 30,736. That's because today is Saturday and I've done park run. How many intensity minutes? That's including the 301 from the previous watch. I've now done 497. My heart rate at the moment, my body battery, I'm not really sure what that means. HRV status, I'm not really sure what that means either. Sleep score, naps, sleep coach, no events, notifications, weather, blah, blah, recovery. I don't know what all that means, but then down here, I tap on it, is my heart rate. Is my park run barcode. Now again, this is a 2-button watch. Stop and go here. Start and stop with the grey button, and reset with this button here. So if I press the lower button now, it'll take me back to the previous screen, and again back to the time screen. If I press on the grey button, my first option is my activities: walk, run, bike, strength. I can add more to that, but I don't really want to. Down the bottom there where it says edit, I can add more to it. If I press back, I get back to the watch face. If I press here, I get a choice of a variety of watch faces. So I tap on one of those, and you can see there's a whole bunch of them. I think I'll just stick with the one I've got for the moment, if I can only tag back to it. If I hold down the start button I can see more controls, and I do not disturb, sleep mode, brightness, and find my phone, and so on. Now there's a whole lot of things I don't know about this watch yet, so I haven't been able to find out where I can see my daily run broken down the way it was on the previous watch, and where I can see my weekly cumulative total of exercise minutes and total number of kilometres. This is a more traditional style of watch, in that it's in a case that you'd expect to find for a watch, and these has these traditional watch lugs on it, and inside of there, you probably can't see them because of the band, are generally the types of pins that are usually used to hold bands in place. So if this band was to break and wear out, I can simply just buy another band. Now you can see here, this is where the charger goes, and as far as I know, it's magnetic, and this here is the heart rate monitor. So this is a Vivo 5, and I've only had it for a day or two, so I can't really tell you everything about it, but you might be able to see here on the time, it tells me Garmin, and it tells me it's Saturday on the watch, has a brand name Garmin, and Saturday the 6th. And again, I should say, this is not a commercial for Garmin. They haven't paid me to say this, they haven't given me this for free or asked me to review it. This is my own watch, which I'm just making a video about to tell you about it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you've learned a little bit about Garmin smartwatches. If you have any comments or anything you'd like to be able to tell me about this particular watch, I'd be very happy to receive that in the comments below. Thank you for watching.